Bobby.
Breaking. The RFK Jr. blackmail story is breaking from multiple angles right now. It's bad. Even worse than I say in this video. Blackmail by ... certain people at the highest levels of American politics right now in 2025. Buckle up. It's about to get weird. I hate how soy they are. I hate it. I hate how fucking soy these guys are. Buckle up. It's about to get weird.
Kennedy blackmail story is currently breaking in many directions.
Like he's doing the, me thinks it's kind of crazy.
All across the internet. And American politics is not going to be the same after this weekend. That's not hyperbole. This is not just a hook. And I don't really know where to start. But this is the kind of story that I've gotten enough calls from enough people tonight, and enough people, there's enough going on that
Dude, people are hitting him up. They're giving him there's phone calls happening at the Ian Carroll residence, okay? They're like, dude, you gotta talk about the Jews again. He's like, come on, man. I talked about the Jews every day before this. They're like, nah, you gotta talk about them again, dude.
I feel like we need to make a video right now to keep some people safe and to get as much as we all know out on the internet right now so that everyone can be safe.
Safe from what?
And the best place for everyone to start is at Candace's video that she put up today, that she very aptly titled, One Nation Under Blackmail. Go watch it. She does a way better job of explaining a bunch of what's going on than I could.
This is such unimaginable cope. Even from an anti-Semitic perspective, it's so funny to me that these guys are like, no, these guys would never be pro-Israel unless it was like Jewish people blackmailing them. It's like, yeah, no, these guys are actually fucking awesome. I promise. They're really cool guys. No, it's just Israel is blackmailing them. That's why they have to do this. I promise. Oh, it's awesome. It's so funny. It's like, yeah, no, definitely. RFK Jr., who spent most of his life, you know, he was always brain broken to a certain degree about the vaccine shit, but like spent most of his life as a fucking climate justice advocate, associates himself with one of the worst climate denialist regimes of all time. And you think he has like firmly held convictions and he's actually on your side. But it's just, if it wasn't for the Jews blackmailing him, he would be out and about doing the damn thing. Like, no, they have no convictions. They just want power. You're fucking stupid. Like, ay.
But as soon as I was like 10 minutes into it, and then I started getting phone calls from sources telling me more information that is corroborating and taking it even further than what is exposed in that video. And I have sources telling me that there are people in like media and around Bobby that know about this and know it's coming and are trying to protect him and save him from this. But it is past that, and there is no saving anyone from this, I think. And we just have to deal with what's about to happen. So I'm gonna leave all of that out, and we're gonna start the story here with our girl Jessica, House and Habit. She had tasked one of her writers, Emily Hagan, with writing a hit piece about Candace Owens. They were trying to create or dig up some dirt on Candace's husband for some reason to take her down. For reasons we'll kind of get to in a second. Emily.
Yeah, because she's anti-Semitic. Like, and that's the reason why they're doing that. She's anti-Semitic and anti-Israel. And yes, for that reason, they want to do fucking oppo research and write a hit piece. The problem here is his association with all of this revolves around it's the Jews doing it. It's not. It's the American government doing it. And you're a fucking idiot for thinking that there is like some kind of Jewish blackmail operation happening that is causing them to do it. No, it's because they don't care about you. They don't care about anything. Okay? That's it. That's it. Like the idea that these guys that are so pro-Israel are pro-Israel because like of a comprehensive, sophisticated blackmail operation, which by the way does exist for the record. Like that's not, I'm not saying that doesn't exist. Okay. But the notion that like all of these people are fucking pro-Israel for this reason, or all of these journalists are fucking coming after like Candace Owens or whatever the fuck, is just because of Mossad or just because of the Jews is idiotic. A lot of these people also love Israel, or even if they don't give a fuck about Israel, you know what they love? Their careers. They want to get elevated. They want to be promoted. So they know what not to say and what to say. They know who to go after. Why, however? Is it because Israel is a Jewish nation state? Or is it because Israel is a nation state that has profound importance for American strategic interests in the region, that plays a very important role in the grand plans that the United States of America has for this region, that they want to dominate a resource-rich region, mind you. And also on top of that, because of this reason, Israel, seeing all of the issues that apartheid South Africa ran in as it maintained its apartheid and a failure of a project at that, has also fucking deeply interwoven Zionist ideology into a lot of fucking institutions where they're like both financially tied to Israel, where Israel has more fucking companies in the American stock market than like India and numerous other countries combined, and also have a lot of contracts back and forth with Israel. Israel has made itself impossible to decouple from the United States of America. That's why the United States of America and Israel are basically hand in glove. Okay? That's it. There is no like Judaism association with this unless you're one of the ironically woke people like fucking Jake Tapper, who does say Israel is for the Jews, and if you're anti-Israel, you're anti-Semitic. Or Chuck Schumer. That's the thing that I don't understand about these fucking anti-Semitic guys who are like, how you're saying the same things that Chuck Schumer is saying. Like, what happened? The fuck? What do you mean? It makes me lose my mind that you got dudes like Jake Tapper and Chuck Schumer saying the same shit that these guys are saying. It's just they have a negative association with the Jews.
Only submitted a draft, kind of, and Jessica, House and Habit, was having her girl, I believe, Olivia Nuzzi, read through it, and it was like, we can't publish that, it's too 4chan-y. House and Habit clarified that it needs to be a clean shot. A clean shot to take down Candace Owens. Good fucking luck with that.
If you believe land should be given back to the indigenous people, should Anatolia be given back to the Greeks, Armenian, Kurds, and Georgians, etc.? That's funny. Yeah, they can live there all day, every day. I don't have any issue with that. Many of them do. Some of them have gotten dominated by the Turkish government, and I think that's completely inappropriate. That's the difference between you and I. I don't have any fucking issue with people living wherever the fuck they want. I'm a Turkish person living in the United States of America. Why the fuck do I care? Dumbass. You fucking moron. Yeah, go ahead. Go ask Israel if they'll let Palestinians live side by side with equal rights and equal opportunities. No, the answer is no. So shut the fuck up. Also, ironically enough, you're talking about, kebab, Mongol. So it seems to me like you didn't give a fuck about anything. Immediately, kebab, Mongol, back to Central Asia. You fucking bitch. I'm going to fuck your mom. How about that? I'm in America, baby. And you know what else I'm inside of? Your mother. That's right. That's right. White genocide is happening. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing your mom. You're going to have a bunch of little brothers that are half Turkish, and you're going to hate yourself even further. That's right, baby. Woo! How does that make you feel? Line up the whitest women you've ever known in your entire life in a fucking single file line and ask them, would they rather fuck me, a Turkish Muslim man, or you, a pathetic fucking chinless loser? You will hate the results. Let's continue.
If you don't remember who Olivia Nuzzi is, she's the woman that had the sexting scandal with RFK last year, who then cozied up to House and Habit for reasons that are not entirely clear, and sort of started secretly editing there behind the scenes and kind of replacing people and getting really...
40-year-old doing your mom jokes is wild, bro. What do you mean? It's age appropriate, dumbass. You're grounded. Take 30 minutes off. Go to your room. I fucked your mom too. Now you're grounded. How do you like that? You need a better father figure in your life. I'm the father figure. I'm the father that stepped up. I'm no longer the stepfather. I'm the father that stepped up. I should do that more frequently. I forgot that was a weapon I had in my arsenal.
Really close to Jessica Reed Krause' house and habit for reasons that are still not entirely clear as far as I'm aware. To be fair, there's a lot that is not entirely clear because this is so complicated and everything in this video is hearsay and rumors. And obviously when they tried to come to Candace and it created all this drama and Candace don't take no fucking shit, and Jessica had been super mean to the writer of the article and that had then fired her. And so her and Emily had all this drama, and then her other best friend, and it had gotten super fucking vitriolic. And eventually Emily was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go to Candace and come clean and say what's going on.
You forgot misogyny was in your arsenal? Yes. Like unironically, yes. Your mom jokes. I like that a hypothetical consensual sexual intercourse moment with a racist reactionary's mother is still seen as misogyny. It's misogyny if you ever think about having sex with women. Like, the joke there isn't necessarily that I'm belittling this person because having sex with women is belittling them or some shit, or whatever woke mind virus you have here. Yes, viewing women as objects. No, dude, I'm talking about what the broader joke there is: white genocide, okay? And how it's not real and how I'm the object of desire. Why are you so fucking dense? I'm objectifying myself. To assert your manliness over a reactionary, shut up. You're not going to make it. Oh my God. I will reassert the position that I would 100% rather have dumb fucking racist morons in this community who at least I can like mold into being normal human beings than people with firmly held convictions that have a well-established worldview that still entertain the notion of cynically presenting what I'm saying in a humorous way back to me as though it's actually somehow reactionary due to your own personal misunderstandings. That's it. Don't worry, chatter. I'll fuck your mom too. For gender equality, will you fuck my dad as well? Of course. Of course. I fuck many fathers and many mothers, as you all know. Misandry and misogyny alike. All right, let's keep going.
That's how we got this video.
Yes, I love racists. Exactly.
And I was only 15 minutes into this video when I started getting interrupted by all kinds of calls from all kinds of people all over the country that have more information about this.
By the way, I hope that chatter writes an effort post about how fucking misogynistic I am. Okay? I hope you go to the subreddit of a person who calls women bitches like on a daily fucking basis and write a call out post about this was my turning point. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of it. Here's my effort post. Hasan Piker is a radical misogynist.
Because this story...
multiple TikToks on the matter too.
...is way past the point of no return. And it is way bigger than some girl drama. So at the second Trump Butler rally in July of last year, House and Habit was hanging out with some of the people that I know and apparently receiving a bunch of phone calls all about this blackmail situation with the Olivia Nuzzi sexting scandal. And while she was taking calls, she was kind of filling them in excitedly on the story as she was getting it, kind of as though she was going to write a piece about it. And what they were told is that it was many instances of recorded video sexting stuff.
Bro, get to the point, dude. What is the point? So what is it? So what? What is it? What is it? What is it? Like RFK is a secret soldier for the anti-Semitic cause, but he just can't say it out loud. Is that what it is? Or Olivia Newsy is also like a Mossad operation. Is that what it is? I can't. I hate how fucking soy his presentation is. Like, I can't stand this shit. Oh my God. It literally is just like 9 minutes. Like, Johnny Harris at least puts like flashy ass fucking animation so it keeps me entertained and interesting. Anti-Semitism is very similar to transphobia in the sense that you start seeing Jews in every fucking shadow, you know? Everyone and anyone could be trans at any given moment. We'll never know. And it's the same principle behind like how these guys just think like everything that's happening is Jews, which are a fucking hive-minded singular unit organism.
With the Olivia Nuzzi sexting scandal. And while she was taking calls, she was kind of filling them in excitedly on the story as she was getting it, kind of as though she was going to write a piece about it. And what they were told is that it was many, 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 many instances of rumored around. So what we got was a story that Olivia Nuzzi and him had a romantic, emotional connection over the phone that had caused her, it was inappropriate, and he apologized. And so she left the campaign sort of, and then went and got real cozy with House and Habit.
You're like a Roman praetor. Don't hate gays, but hate soy bottoms? What the fuck? That is an insane statement.
Who had a lot of details, who was right. I don't know what happened there, but I know.
I love soy bottoms. I just don't like this. This presentation is incredibly fucking annoying to me. I love my bottoms, okay? I'm a bottoms right advocate. But this is just like, ugh.
Know that what a very trusted person on my end told me that they heard at that event was that it was not just that. It was recordings of video sex. There's also a lot of swirling rumors of other people to learn that in 2013, just out of university, actually while still in university, she volunteered as an intern for Anthony Weiner's New York City mayoral campaign. If you don't know about Anthony Weiner, look it up. And that is a direct tie to Huma Abedin and to Hillary Clinton and to, at that point, just pick your term for whatever deep state groups you want to talk about.
Wait, what? Wait, he's just saying that, like, she has, what, third degree association with Hillary Clinton? Okay, but, like, Anthony Weiner tanked Hillary Clinton with his wiener, ironically enough. What is going on here? What does this have to do with anything? This is so, how is this an association? What? Yeah, Huma Abedin is married to Alex Soros now. Brace is very upset about that.
That blackmail could be anywhere by now, but I think we all know who has it. And Candace certainly knows who has it.
That we're all doing at the moment is pretending that RFK Jr.'s unflinching loyalty and, quite frankly, his fear of saying anything negative about Israel. I pull up Dave Smith here.
The worst humanitarian catastrophe.
Bro, RFK has been omega cucked by Israel for forever. Like, this is not new information. What the fuck are these guys doing? And he's like smugly in the corner like, that's right. If these guys watched any leftist commentary, they would have already known this. I've talked about this like a million times over. RFK is so funny because he's like, yeah, fuck Ukraine, but Israel, I'm Israel, hi. He's like, he said Palestinians are the most selfish people on the planet. Okay? He is a fucking monster. Yeah, RFK is increasingly deranged as he expresses his love for Israel. He begins with pure genocide denial and says Palestinians are better off living under apartheid than that Israel has never attacked another country because of model democracy and hence peace-loving. And this is from June 13th, 2023. This is before October 7, all this shit, okay?
Everything has a historical context in Israel. And if you look at why we don't have a two-state solution in Israel, which everybody now says they want.
Oh my God, I got it. RFK's brainworm is Jewish. That's right. I had a lot of people call me, and they told me this. That's a lightsaber, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and find out. You won't like me before I have my first cup of coffee. My sources have told me RFK might be Jewish. The brainworm. Sorry. I can't do
But
this.
both in 1947 and 1948, not 1947, 1948, and then again in 2001, it was the Palestinian leadership that walked away from a two-state solution and pledged itself to the destruction of the Jewish people. Oh, and that, that's a very, very clear history. And I think at a time when they had a very, very generous solution on the table. Now, the other thing I say is Israel is a democracy, but it's a flawed democracy, just like the United States. But if I was a dissident Arab Palestinian, would I rather be a dissident in Israel or in Saudi Arabia or Oman or Qatar or any other Arab nation? If you're a dissident, you get up in the middle of the public square and denounce the government.
Yeah, Israel will fucking jail you and then rape you to death in its fucking military prison. What are you talking about? Like, no. Anyway, this is System Update with Glenn Greenwald, which is weird. Where the fuck is Glenn here? Come on, you're not going to chime in, Glenn? What's happening?
It's going into the West Bank and killing children. It's never doing that deliberately. Never.
Oh, there's never.
And nobody has ever said it is.
Well, a lot of people have said it. A lot of people have said it is. But let me just ask you, because I just want to focus the.
In all of those other.
Come on, Glenn. What's happening? Where is Glenn at? This is the one issue where he has been consistent on.
Countries. It is the deliberate.
Do you think he's blackmailed by Israel? I don't really care, and I don't think so. I don't think that he has to be blackmailed by Israel to take these positions. Okay? For many people, it's just like, of course we're pro-Israel. What are you talking about? If you're over the age of 40, for example, there is very little information you have ever received, unless it's like the secret dark scriptures, like fucking, Elon Pape or some shit, that you have never even entertained the notion where Palestinians are worthy of humanity and sovereignty. That's it. That's it. It's just not even, it's out of the question. You don't have to be fucking, you don't have to be what do you call it? You don't have to be like blackmailed by the Israeli government to be pro-Israel. It's fucking ridiculous. I think the reason why they say that, being pro-Israel is the American position. Israel is America, okay? It's just like, I think these guys are coping where they think like, no, RFK is like a loyal soldier. He actually knows the truth about the Jews. But he can't say it because Israel's blackmailing him. No, he's just anti-Semitic and pro-Israel. These two concepts are not at odds with one another. Many anti-Semites are pro-Israel, man. It's so fucking stupid to just like constantly operate on this like weird playing field where you're like, well, he's one of our guys, he's noticing the Jews.
Policy of those countries to attack and target civilians and to kill them. Israel is the
like, dude has never met a fucking
described it.
Dude is, ironically, these guys have, I think, never met a like evangelical Christian in a fucking mega church who thinks Jews have devil horns, but also believe that they should all go to the chosen land, Israel, so that, you know, the rapture can happen. That's it. Like there are in the United States of America, there are more anti-Semitic pro-Israel people than there are Jews total, like pro or anti-Israel alike. Okay? Not that many Jews in general on the planet. Lots of fucking evangelical Christians, many of which are deeply anti-Semitic, but also insanely pro-Israel. More pro-Israel than like a fucking liberal Zionist in Israel, as a matter of fact. Like a more important servant of the Zionist project in terms of like forcibly sending every Jew to Israel, more on board with that than like the average the average Jewish person is by a fucking wide margin. So it's just like, it's just very strange to me that these guys have to constantly come up and be like, no, the Jews are doing blackmail operations on every American that is like anti-Semitic but also pro-Israel, when it's a very normal position.
Catastrophe in the world
You can take
right
me out of
now.
this.
I mean, it's not a normal position, by the way. It's a fucking insane position, but it's a position that unfortunately is all too common.
And the idea that you, who are supposed to be the anti-neocon, anti-war presidential candidate, are immediately on October 7th, before we even had an investigation, before we even knew what happened there, you immediately say, well, basically you said everything they say about Ukraine. You said it was an unprovoked attack, which, like, come on, give me a break. An attack from Gaza against Israel is unprovoked. And then you said we have to support them in whatever it takes. Well, look, sir, we're watching it right now. This is whatever it takes.
And just to clarify, there's a lot of other evidence that Israel and Israel-aligned people are involved in having this blackmail, but I don't want to get into details just yet because that would kind of compromise some of the journalists that are currently a
by the
little
way, ironically,
at
that was
risk.
Dave Smith. The guy I said is like a libertarian, but I don't think is anti-Semitic, but is definitely anti-Israel. That was ironically, that's the example I used of a right-wing dude who I don't think is anti-Semitic, but is definitely anti-Israel.
Is unprovoked.
He himself is, Dave Smith is also Jewish.
But I don't want to get into details just yet because that would kind of compromise some of the journalists that are currently a little at risk. Right now, Bobby's own staff around him they know this, and they have been trying to find the handler that's close to him, because it must be very close in order to be managing his tweets and managing his appearances and everything.
Yeah. Any day now, RFK is going to come out with the secret of the Jews, but his handler is handling his tweets. Dude, sometimes things don't have to be like this secretive, okay? It doesn't have to be everything doesn't have to be a grand conspiracy, or rather, conspiracy in the term that you normally would use, like to conspire. Groups that align, that have the same interests, for example, will often conspire in broad daylight. A great example of this is AIPAC, okay? AIPAC is a foreign lobby that does not have a foreign lobby designation in this country. AIPAC dominates American politics. AIPAC openly funds American Democratic Party primaries for the crime of speaking out against Israel. They don't have to do it in secret. They do it in fucking broad daylight. Why don't you talk about that instead of fantasizing about some like hidden secret handler that's stopping RFK from being able to say the truth about the Jews or whatever the fuck? Or maybe RFK is openly an anti-Semitic person because he has literally said that the Chinese and the Ashkenazi Jews created COVID, which was my favorite anti-Semitic conspiracy because, like, have you never met an Ashkenazi Jewish person? Like, the idea that they would be spared from COVID is fucking laughable Ashkenazi Jews are not spared from gluten. What are you talking about? Anyway, that's besides the point. Like, it's so stupid to come up with such a dumb conspiracy theory. But having said that, he has openly said anti-Semitic shit. He has also openly said pro-Israel shit. So clearly, it's not something that he keeps a secret. Also, Elon Musk is another great example. Elon Musk has actively entertained genuine anti-Semitic conspiracies. One that literally led to the synagogue shooting that took place in Pennsylvania. Okay? The idea that Jews are doing unrestricted, great replacement immigration from the third world into this country. Okay? Elon Musk looked at that conspiracy theory and said, you have said the exact truth. Elon Musk is also super pro-Israel. Is it because there's a shit ton of blackmail on Elon Musk? Or is it because he is an American defense contractor who is anti-Semitic but also pro-Israel? Stop coping. All of your anti-Semitic heroes are pro-Israel, okay? That's it. It's so strange where these guys are just like, they have associated being anti-Semitic with honesty. Because in their worldview, because up is down and right is wrong, okay, they feel like the more anti-Semitic you are, the more truthful and the more honest you are. Ooh, it's a big dark secret. You can't say this. So, the people that do say it, they're the most honest. They're the most brutally, ruthlessly honest people, right? Except then these guys are a lot of these prominent figureheads are anti-Semitic, but then super pro-Israel. How does that work? Oh, it must be because of a intricate blackmail operation. To say that there is no intricate blackmail operation in collaboration with Mossad and in collaboration with the CIA does not exist would be stupid. It would be foolish. Jeffrey Epstein absolutely was doing that. But to tie back every single overtly anti-Semitic person who is also insanely pro-Israel to this blackmail operation is fucking idiotic. No, they're just pro-Israel, dog. They like the weapons. They like Israel's enemies getting fucking murdered. And they like the grand plan, the grand design that they have for the region. And Israel plays a very important role in that. Sometimes it's that simple. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't come out and just say anti-Semitic shit. Do you think they're actually anti-Semitic, or do you think it's just a branding thing like Elon and being a gamer? That's funny. No, I think Elon probably has like real anti-Semitic opinions. Many people do. A lot of people do. A lot of powerful people do. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. There's no like institutional anti-Semitism in the same way that like institutional white supremacy exists. Okay? It's not like Donald Trump or Elon Musk, who's anti-Semitic, is like, I'm not hiring a Jewish person. That would be fucking insane. And more importantly than anything else, more importantly than all that, they're super pro-Israel, and it's seemingly the only thing that fucking Jewish advocacy groups that are actually Israel advocacy groups that masquerade as Jewish advocacy groups care about. That's all they care about.
Everything he's doing. And it sounds like there's a lot of people that are trying to protect him from this coming out, but it is already coming out. And unfortunately, it is out enough that journalists are in danger. And the point of this video is to let everyone know that the journalists are all in connection and we are all talking and we all know the story and we have all shared it already and we are all location sharing with each other and we are looking out for each other. And so Emily Hagan.
Thank God he's looking out for each other, dude. 84,000 views. The story's old. It's just the slow folks are starting to figure it out. What happened is old. What's about to happen is a whole different story. So other conspiracy theorists are mad at him for fucking running with the whole, My only goals are to decouple RFK Jr. from his blackmailers, to save Maha and the health freedom movement from the blackmailers, to save America from the blackmailers. The first being their means, the second to the ends. I do not have the tapes. I haven't seen them, but there's only one way to save a man from blackmail, and it isn't pretty. Damn, we're about to see some RFK porn out there, dude. Hell yeah.
Take down our.
It's kind of funny because like so many Jewish journalists are also so many Jewish journalists in media, especially like brilliant, smart, very good reporters, are also deeply anti-Zionist. So how the fuck does that work in terms of the Jewish cabal? Yes, there are a lot of publications and a lot of newspapers that also have Zionist writers, and there's an overwhelming amount of writers that are super pro-Israel, Jewish and non-Jewish alike. But I would go so far as to say, like, you know, some of the most important journalists that have uncovered deep, dark secrets about the American empire, from Cy Hirsch, even down to fucking Glenn Greenwald, really. Like, sure, his new version of existence is something entirely different than what he used to be. But, like, you know, those guys are all Jewish. How'd that happen? How the fuck that happen?
Let's clear up all the misconceptions about the RFK Jr. blackmail story. First off, the point is not to take down RFK. I am a huge Bobby supporter and I'm a huge Maha supporter, and the point is to support RFK. In talking about the blackmail angle, we are showing Bobby that we don't care. We don't care about his sexual infidelities. There is no evidence that I have seen.
He's like, release the tapes, RFK. We want to see your stroke game. He's like, RFK, we want to see the stroke game. It turns out the real conspiracy was this guy just wants to see RFK's penis, dude. I thought there was something else going on. He's like, come on. It won't be real blackmail if we all see it and jerk off to it. I mean, I wouldn't jerk off to it, but I have too much respect for you. But I do want to see your penis. Ian blocked us after we presented him to acknowledge this. Can you think of a solution that will spill less blood? I'm genuinely asking. Yeah, stop arming the Israeli ethno-state. Stop running cover for the Israeli war crimes at the UN. Impose sanctions and force them to comply with the international law. Leverage U.S. protection of Israel in the region. They would be toast without us. What, Ian blocked us after we pressed them to acknowledge this? Thank you, Ian. Ian Carroll, host of the Ian Carroll Show. The funny irony is that APAC Tracker hates me and crashed out on me claiming I'm a Mossad agent, but thank you. This is accurate. Wait, why did they block him for this? Why did they block APAC Tracker for this? Oh my God. Okay, I take it one step further. He wants to see if Bobby is cut or uncut. As a Catholic man, if Bobby Kennedy is cut, he's going to be like, oh, a Jewish doctor did this. They got to him at birth. Oh, he was defending Trump's Gaza plan? Oh, nice. Interesting. Interesting. He was defending Trump's Gaza plan, you say? Doesn't seem to me like he cares all that much about Palestinians.
Seen that anyone has talked about in any of the circles that it has to do with kids or any of the actual like illegal style sexual blackmail. We just want Bobby to save our country, and that's what he's here to do. Blackmail only has power if it's a secret. And
what is the inception for all of the RFK's compromise narratives, though? Like, what did he do recently that these people were like, oh, he's actually compromised? Where did that come from? Trump's announcement of taking over the Gaza Strip at a slightly different angle. What do you notice? I mean, I can't help but notice. Doesn't look like anyone told him in advance. Help me out here, Ian. What's the best outcome for the Gaza Strip and the good people that live there? To use a time machine and go back to the Battle of Waterloo and stop the Rothschild messenger from reaching London? Present day solutions. Honestly, I can't think of any plan that will stop the killing other than U.S. occupation. I don't like it, but I can't think of any other way to spill less blood. So, wait. I'm sorry. So, this guy who suspiciously always talks about how Jews are compromising our politicians still likes Donald Trump and also completely subscribes to Donald Trump's, do the final solution on Gaza message, and thinks that the only way to save Palestinians is by ethnically cleansing them, but with our weapons and our soldiers? Interesting. You are really one of the dumbest motherfuckers on this website, and that's a major accomplishment. Congratulations. Huh. Yeah. Oh, they always use the Rabbi Shmuley thing. It's so funny also to be like an overtly anti-Semitic guy and also love Rabbi Shmuley and love Israel. RFK Jr. is, if he wasn't in such a damaging position of power, leading the HHS, he would be the funniest character of all time. Because like, this is like something that I would invent as a human being with a fucking brainworm who is anti-Semitic and is straight up fucking homies with the dildo salesman rabbi who is, and they're both insanely pro-Israel. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it just comes across like an anti-Semitic cartoon almost. Like, every part of this is insane. Basically a kick streamer. I know. Dildo what now? Yes, Rabbi Shmuley is a rabbi whose daughter, and he also promotes the stuff, sells sex toys, kosher sex toys. That is not a joke. That is a real thing that has happened on this planet and is still happening to this day. It has not changed. This is not a joke. Yes. Kosher sex toys and kosher lube. Yes. Least anti-Semitic Twitter user. I've been gone for 4 weeks. Someone fill me in on what the Jews have been doing. Jesus Christ. Anyway, none of these guys make sense when you scratch the surface of their commentary, where you're like when you envision a reality that is observable, when you finally see that someone can definitely be anti-Semitic, overtly or covertly, and also incredibly pro-Israel, all of a sudden, every part of this conspiracy falls apart. Okay? Everything here all of a sudden falls apart because everything that this guy believes is like, you can't be anti-Semitic and also pro-Israel at the same time. That's what it is. And it's ironic because that's the largest group of supporters of Israel in this country are people who are themselves very anti-Semitic. So I don't know. I don't know how to explain this to people.
It stays in the dark and it's used as leverage. So here's a speed run of what I personally think is going on right now. I have spoken to many people involved in the campaign, from the Maha moms from before the campaign, people that have been around Bobby for a decade and more, that have had serious concerns about this kind of stuff for a long time, but have been afraid to speak about it because they don't want to damage Bobby's reputation or the campaign. Many of these people have been pushed out despite great contributions. Many of them have decided to leave because they just couldn't handle this environment that this kind of control seems to be creating. And the most awkward part is that everyone has different theories about who is controlled within Bobby's camp, who is controlling him, who is an op and who is not. And it's all just allegations without smoking guns at this point. Starting to throw mud and allegations at specific individuals around Bobby without any evidence of it, or at least without a smoking gun, is super complicated. That's why blackmail environments are so effective in the political arena. This is a learning experience for all of America about how blackmail works and how it is not simple and it is not black and white, so to speak. Anna Mattson just posted a video today on X that is aligned directly with what I'm talking about. She was inside the campaign, no longer, and she talks about one of the people that she suspects might be in on this and about her concerns from during her time around the campaign. And she is not the only one that has these feelings. They are many. But I'm not going to try to dig into who is bad and who is good. It's like, I don't know. I'm going to try to dig into the big picture. And this is what I think. My opinion, make your own. Always think for yourself, especially in blackmail environments. Think for yourself. Because Bobby has gotten a lot of great things done for Maha so far. He's going after the GRAS system. He's getting dyes banned from foods. He's doing a lot of great stuff, mostly.
Wait, what? But he drinks dye personally. Wait, he's getting dyes banned from food, but he also literally downs. Is he getting dye banned from food so he can drink it himself, so he can keep all the dye for himself? What does he know that we don't know? I've seen that man drink blue dye straight from the fucking tap. Wait a minute. Is he hoarding all the dye? What does he know that we don't know? What did the Jews tell him about the dye? Is that also connected to Jewish people? What's going on with the dye? Also, I don't think he's getting the dye banned, for the record. It's got to be really fun to live like this, though. You're having fun with it, where you're just like leaning into your paranoid delusions. Everything is a fun little detective work that you're engaging in. It's just basically QAnon. Oh my God, these guys went from QAnon to JewAnon. Oh my God. I guess QAnon was also kind of anti-Semitic too. They just need to have something. Like there's always got to be a grand conspiracy. You know what I mean?
Around food. But what is the elephant in the room here?
Fury, would you recommend that parents get their children vaccinated against HPV?
I recommend that children follow the CDC schedule. And I will support the CDC schedule when I get in there.
The elephant in the room is the COVID vaccine. And also just the vaccines in general, childhood schedule in particular. And that childhood schedule now includes 3 doses of the Pfizer COVID vaccine at 6 months of age.
Whoa.
That is unconscionable. And for anyone that's read Bob...
Whoa, he's been compromised, dude. Or maybe a lot of the stuff that these guys entertain is to get elected, and they're not like full-blown real believers, even though RFK, I think, is a real full-blown believer. So they probably were like, dude, you can't do this. Like they probably gave him a stern talking to. And the they here is not the Jews necessarily. The they here is just members of the administration that were like, yeah, we can't let you kill all the children, dog. Sorry. Like, I know we gave you this cushy position. You can run around and say, Maha, get these fucking idiots on board. But like, no, you're not, you can't kill the next crop of laborers for, our future. Like, there's definitely a limit to how much damage you can do.
Bobby's book, this doesn't make any sense. This book is very clear about how Bobby feels about the vaccine.
Yeah, the they being scientists, but also I don't think it was the scientists that talked to him. I think it was probably adults that were like, you can't do that. That's insane.
And everything. Do you remember during COVID when we were all well aware at the time that kids are not at risk? Kids are not.
I'm willing to bet this motherfucker is super vaccinated, by the way. Straight up.
COVID's not killing kids. They don't need vaccines. And there's lots of evidence that the vaccines are...
Look at... Oh, God. The presentation is killing me. COVID's not killing kids.
They're extremely harmful to children and to everyone. Like, the VAERS data clearly shows there's something wrong. More VAERS reported deaths from the COVID vaccine than all other VAERS reported deaths in all of history of VAERS.
Yeah, VAERS. Which is definitely infallible. That's some real ass data right there, okay? VAERS, where you can just self-report that, Harry Potter fucking died to the vaccine injury. How are we still talking about VAERS in 2025? Oh my God.
That blue
dude.
bar right there is when the COVID vaccines were introduced. This is VAERS data, straight from the CDC. That's not to mention the data about cardiovascular disease in young people, the data about turbo cancers skyrocketing. Who do you think makes money off of treating all of this and all of this for the next?
I low-key, I gave up on the anti-vaxxer shit. I'm like, yeah, die. Like, I genuinely am just like, I can't deal with it. Like, yeah, okay, kill yourself then. What do you want me to say? Okay, if you want to die to fucking preventable diseases, then go off on it. Okay, if you want your children to fucking die, I wish that wasn't the case, but like, I can't stop you. It seems like you're adamant about killing your children. Like, there was a point in time where I was just like, every fucking day I would yell about this shit. Okay. I would yell about this shit nonstop at the fucking peak of COVID when I was like, oh my God, finally, like the vaccines come out. I'm like, oh my God, now we don't have to worry about this fucking disease that's just like murking people at an alarming rate in one of the fattest fucking countries on the planet. Thank God for medical innovation. And then I saw all the rich people cutting the line and getting the vaccine before anybody else, Rupert Murdoch being one of the famous cases, right? And I was like, that's really annoying. And then I saw rich people go, oh, we shouldn't give this vaccine for free to the third world. That made me really mad. But all of those things, if you are a conspiratorial person, if you're a conspiracy mindset kind of person, all of those things should be alarm bells in your head going, oh shit, the rich people are taking this vaccine too, and they don't want the poor to have it for free. Maybe it's actually not a fucking poisonous thing. Nope. I'm going to break my brain further, okay? And there was a point in time when I would duke this out every fucking day, pour through the available data from the CDC and just talk to all these people who were just like, I'm not going to get my parents vaccinated. I'm not getting vaccinated. I would try to talk them off this fucking cliff over and over again. And that was 4 years ago. Now, if someone is like, I'm an anti-vaxxer, I'm like, fucking have fun with that, dude. Have fun with that, okay? I'm sorry. I give up. That's why I don't want to watch the Dr. Mike video. I don't want to watch the fucking Dr. Mike video on the Jube because I'm like, it's just like, what am I supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? You can't fucking either develop a method to inoculate people in secret without them even fucking finding out, which if they ever found out, they would go crazy. Or just let's not have this conversation anymore. I can't do it. Fuck it. Legionnaire's disease. Okay. Measles, polio. Fuck it. Bring it all. Okay. Oh my God. It's crazy.
Forever. This whole situation is feeling very 2008 to me, where the bad guys make a huge problem that's right in front of all of our faces that drastically damages millions of people around the world. And then we elect someone that comes in and their mandate is to fix that problem and to hold those people accountable. Obama was going to hold the bankers accountable. But actually, in the background, Citibank was telling him who to put in his cabinet, and he put a whole bunch of Citibank people into his cabinet, and then they all walked free and took their bonuses with them. And right now, that is what it is feeling like is trying to happen with the COVID stuff. Bobby Kennedy was put here with a mandate to deal with the COVID vaccine accountability, the manufacturers, the money, the bioweapons, all of it. And instead, we have 3 doses of COVID vaccine being given to 6-month-old babies by our own CDC. A CDC that is now led by the second pick that Bobby endorsed, Susan Menares. The CDC is the one that's technically...
Maybe there's an analog here with Donald Trump claiming he was going to be the peaceful dove and then instantly bombing Yemen, which every president does. You have to do it, okay? In the Baki manga, every American president has to meet with Baki, and Baki will take a piece of coal and showcase how strong he is by basically turning that piece of coal in his fist into a diamond. And then he gives that diamond to the new incoming American president. And the American president is tasked with keeping that diamond safe in order, or not Baki, sorry, Yujiro Hanma is the one who does it. I apologize. The name of the manga is Baki. The name of the anime is Baki. But Baki Hanma the grappler, this is Baki's father, Yujiro. Okay? That does this. Now, I said it wrong. I apologize. Of course, I know the fucking real names. Calm down. It's kind of like that for American presidents. They have to bomb Yemen. They have to bomb Yemen. So that's maybe why Donald Trump is not a peaceful dove. He also said he was going to solve the Ukraine situation in one day. He said he was going to solve Israel-Palestine in one day. He said he was going to be a peaceful dove once again. Now he wants to fucking invade Greenland, annex Canada, invade the Panama Canal, and maybe even send military to the Ecuador. So maybe he's not a peaceful dove. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why the Felford Again Award is being blasted every goddamn day on the timeline, up and down. He said he was going to lower prices instantly. It hasn't happened yet. He said he was going to be wonderful for the markets. Hasn't happened. The exact opposite has happened. So what's up? Maybe RFK Jr., not dissimilar to Donald Trump, is, understandably not having the fucking impact that you thought he was going to have. Also, why does this guy want RFK to just kill children? What an insane position to be an advocate for. What the fuck? It's so psychotic where it's like everything sucks in America. And this guy's like, you know what we need to do? Kill the children with preventable diseases. Like how? How is that possible? It's like anti-human. Being against medicine is so shocking to me. It's deeply alarming. I don't know how people get this way. It's so fucking dumb. Like,
in charge of deciding the childhood vaccine schedule, although theoretically the HHS director could overrule it. Susan Menares was formerly the head of ARPA-H, which is like the DARPA of biomedical advanced research and weaponry. And it sounds a lot like the new CIA bioweapons programs, sprinkled in with all the other sciencey stuff. They are partnered directly with Palantir for all their data. They've got funding deals with defense contractors, and they're into programs like developing nano robots that can go into your body and do surgery, and personalized vaccines, i.e. mRNA vaccines. This is all straight from the ARPA-H website.
I used to think this guy was a Fed. I think he's just stupid. I don't think he's a Fed. I don't think he's. I was wrong. I thought it was like an operation to just like kind of shepherd people back to like a weirdly pro-American State Department position while simultaneously beefing up like anti-Semitic rhetoric. But nah, I think he's just not very smart. I think he's just regurgitating shit that he sees from other videos. You're wrong. Nah. It's just like I think Alex Jones would be better served as a Fed, as a PSYOP, than this guy.
They got their nice little acronyms for programs that in theory are hopefully going to make the world a better place. But I do not feel confident when you read through these, not confident that there are not weird, sketchy programs hidden in here, like bioengineering our cells to give them specialized instructions to do different things to adjust how they fight diseases in our bodies. Like, what could go wrong? Sort of like when we found out through leaked documents that the COVID virus itself was bioengineered in a lab. Not to mention when we also found out that the CIA had worked with Moderna to make the mRNA technology for the vaccines in the first place. This is the Board of Resilience, the company that helped Moderna make those vaccines. They have Pfizer represented. They have In-Q-Tel, the CIA's investment arm, represented. Oh yeah, and the...
Yeah. Wait. What is it? What is the argument? Yes, the board of directors has fucking people that have worked in the State Department and in In-Q-Tel and shit. In-Q-Tel funds everything. Like Google Maps. What?
CIA had worked with Moderna to make the mRNA technology for the vaccines in the first place. This is the board.
CIA worked with Moderna to make the mRNA vaccine. What?
Board of Resilience, the company that helped Moderna make those vaccines. They have Pfizer represented. They have In-Q-Tel, the CIA's investment arm, represented. Oh yeah, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Not to mention direct connections to Palantir.
I can't believe that fucking Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation would be a part of a mass inoculation scheme. It's kind of all they do when they're not undermining education in this country. Yeah, they fucking love vaccines, dude. That's why you guys hate them, right?
Roseanne Barr recently freaked out on me as though I had never Googled Pfizer before. And here's a snapshot of some of the notes about the COVID vaccine, about the CIA involvement.
Wait, this guy has notes like this? How do people not look at this and go, you're insane?
Believe it or not, I do research on things other than the Jews. I mean, the fact that COVID shots are still being given out at all is criminal. And we all kind of are realizing this. And this recent Joe Rogan episode, Dr. Suzanne Humphries, is a great example of how we are way past realizing that we need to look at all this.
They would take pus from other animals, scratch it into the belly of a cow, then take the pus off of the big pimples that would form on the belly of a cow. The cow could become...
Dude, there's 0% chance this gotta be entertaining for you, right? Like watching Joe Rogan talk to this fucking... Okay. This psycho grandma. Like, what?
Very sick. And yet
we need to stop what we're doing and think really hard about the vaccine industry.
Dude, I hate the way that people who understand the process of creating antibodies or people that understand the process of even doing scientific discovery will then explain it to those who will be shocked by it in scary terms. It's another stupid person thing that people do all the time. I've talked about this before. I can describe open heart surgery in that gruesome way as well. And if I were to describe to you open heart surgery in this incredibly gruesome fashion, you'd be horrified. Be like, oh, we shouldn't be doing this. Doctors literally fucking put you under, where your body is paralyzed, where your throat also shuts down, where you have to have a ventilator stuck to your fucking throat so you can manually breathe with an outside source. A doctor comes in, breaks your fucking rib cage, slices you open, breaks your ribs piece by piece. They come in with scalpels and cut your fucking skin. They go all the way down to your heart. Think about how gruesome this process is, except it is an incredible medical innovation. It's just it's surgery. It's open heart surgery. If we let dumb guys who are afraid of everything turn around and be like, well, that's scary, we got to ban that, you would not be able to have open heart surgery. Hasanabi Medical Hopeless Corps.
Epidemiology is a hoax science anyways. They don't know shit. You're a fucking baboon, dude. Not even a baboon, because I feel like even a fucking baboon would be like, there's disease, I think, here. I should move away. You, on the other hand, are rushing towards the fucking disease. What do you know? You're a fucking Twitch commenter, dude. What are you talking about? What happened to the fucking universe, dude? All technological advancements, fucking academia, the field of research, scientific discovery, cast it aside. Throw it away. Look alive, gentlemen. There's an American here. People just straight up, they go, excuse me, thousands of years of research, ain't never seen a guy like me before. All of the fucking experts are stupid. You're not even literate. Shut the fuck up. Americans unironically think they know better than people who have poured their entire lives into this shit. So much of the shit that you take for granted is unironically experts working tirelessly behind fucking closed doors so you don't get trichinosis from the fucking meat that you're consuming, but you just take it all for granted. You know nothing. Like, I don't know what a germ is because I can't see it, so it's fake.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel when I see guys like this.
Blanket immunity to liability and what kind of science they are cooking up there. And that is Bobby's true mandate. But that is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And the people that just did that to the American people and the people of the world, they're sitting on billions of dollars of profit and potential criminal charges that should put them away in prison for life if they're held accountable. You're telling me you don't think the people that manufactured that bioweapon, manufactured the vaccines, took billions in profit, you don't think that they would do everything possible to target Bobby and stop him from coming after them? So no, there's no smoking gun at this point. And there might never be. Like, they might not release the blackmail. I have been told by multiple people in mainstream media, in the Maha space, like that were in the campaign, that are around the administration, that the footage has been shopped around and no one wants to take it. Everyone kind of agrees that it's probably because it was recorded in a two-party state illegally. So it can't really be published in part of it.
Every time he says Maha or Bobby, I lose it. So his views that the Jews created the virus to kill people, but also the vaccine? Yes. Yes. Why do they do that? I don't know. Yeah, the Jews both created the COVID vaccine, but then also the COVID virus, but then also refused to give the Palestinians the fucking COVID vaccine, as a matter of fact. Because everybody in Israel got it, except for the Palestinians. They took their sweet ass time to give them the fucking vaccine. So I don't know what you did. Like, I don't know what it is. Is it fake? Is it real? Is COVID real? Is it fake?
Journalism piece. And ultimately, it doesn't matter because the American people don't care. And we want Bobby to know that. We want Bobby to see that we do not care. I know it might be seriously embarrassing. It might cause some serious harm to friendships or relationships in your life. But we don't care as American people. We're here to support you and to manage the Maha mission and to change this country and to have...
He 100% is like, no, there's real compromise out there on Bobby Kennedy. But I'm here to tell you, like, I don't care, dog. I want to see your stroke game. I want to see your stroke game. I don't care. I want to see your penis. Like, even if they release the blackmail, like, be honest, be true to yourself. Say the truth. I will compliment your stroke game regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Maha means to me. Make America horny again, Bobby. You make me horny every day. I want to see if your penis is circumcised or not. Come on. Or maybe he is anti-Semitic and also pro-Israel. Maybe that's what's going on. And also, he is an anti-vaxxer, but also there's limitations to what he can do in terms of like melting the next generation of Americans by causing them to not get fucking vaccinated. I don't know. Maybe kind of there's a limit to how fucking stupid people can be. He is not pro-Israel, lol. Robert F. Kennedy is not pro-Israel. Are you fucking insane? I would say in the way he talks about Israel and the way he talks about Palestinians, he's fucking almost as pro-Israel as Donald Trump, if not more.
Healthier kids and a healthier future for everyone. And everyone should think for themselves and look at the whole state of Maha right now and the CDC situation, the vaccine situation, and think, is it possible that this is a partially controlled space? And if you think that might be possible, then you should just don't worry about it. It's like, it is what it is. It's politics. We are Maha. We're the American people. And we can Maha. We can change our lives.
Oh my God. He just says Maha so much. I don't think he's a Fed, dude. Oh, wait. Let's see what Alex Jones has to say about the RFK thing.
I'm out here hiking Saturday morning. Met with my buddy Sean, and we were both already on X watching Candace Owens and Ian Carroll. Literally watching the same video of him talk about Candace, and then we just hiked for...
Okay, you can't be an anti-vaxxer, but then also fucking take Ozempic, by the way. I think that should not be allowed. Can I just say, I think it's very fucked up. You can't be an anti-vaxxer and be pro-TRT. You can't be an anti-vaxxer and be pro-Ozempic. It's like, you're disrespectful. You're disrespectful to the art. How come no one ever calls that hypocritical, by the way? Motherfuckers will be like, oh, you can't be a socialist but rich. But ain't nobody's like, you can't be an anti-vaxxer and be pro getting the jacked vaccine. How is that allowed? That's messed up, man.
An hour or so, and we're listening to her. And so I'm just going to respond to this. I think Candace Owens is a great person, super smart, super funny, super witty. So is Ian Carroll. And I think all the investigations they do and the things that they research are really helpful to society. And they're coming from what they do from a place of really trying to make the world a better place. And we really should have open debate about everything. That said, this whole RFK Jr. thing with, there's these women and people at events and he's with women and
low-key, part of the reason why I used to say Alex Jones I don't think is a real conspiracy theorist is because he was the one guy who would basically do all of like the Jewish conspiracies, like the Rothschilds and whatnot, but then would then also say like, maybe I'm wrong about this actually, but I feel like I've heard him be like, oh, it's not actually the Jews. And I feel like if you're that much of a fucking conspiracist, like, why aren't you also saying the final thing that every conspiracy theorist says? You know what I mean? Like, he would say, like, it's reptilians or whatever. Like, he would literally he was telling Kanye West, like, don't say it.
if this is going on, there's this writer over here that, attacked Candace Owens and, Rabbi Shmuley, who is a demon. And I don't like the fact that Kennedy sits there and says nice things about him. It's ridiculous. So you do have to ask what's going on there. But Kennedy's always supported Israel. And me personally, I don't like the whole Palestinian thing and Iran and Hezbollah, and I also don't like the stuff Israel's doing. Israel clearly stood down on October 7th. You know me, I don't think that's the biggest problem in the world.
What did this person fucking give me a crazy... Is that a $50 dono? What the fuck was that? God damn it, I missed it. Mistakes were made? What did the dono say?
I spent some of my time on it, but millions dead in Ukraine, Europe, the UK and France openly sending troops now to fight Russia, and Putin saying it'll be a bloodbath, we're ready for total war. That's getting about 1% of the coverage of just this total Israel obsession. So from my perspective, I'm just so...
Oh, he's like, everybody got to stop obsessing over Israel.
Sick of being on air 30 years and people always being obsessed with Israel. The Christian Zionists that just worship it and think it can do no wrong, no matter who's in charge there. The other side that just thinks everything's run by Jews. I'm just freaking tired of it, okay?
Oh my God, he's Jew agnostic. I'm telling you, dude. He's like, enough, cut it out with this. Cut it out with this shit. Cut it out with this shit. You keep saying it's all Jews, 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 Jews. I'm sick and tired of it.
I got attacked by the Israel lobby. I got attacked by the Nazis. I just can't stand any of it. What I'm into is policy and real results. The fruits of the tree, as Christ said. I'm a Christian. And if you look at what RFK Jr. is doing, they killed the new COVID shot rollout. They just fired that.
Dude, I'm thinking he's been compromised. He's been compromised. That's what it is.
That guy at HHS that was trying to block stuff. They've already put the notice in that all the thousands of chemicals that are in foods that have this grandfather clause that they can be poisonous and deadly and addictive, and there's no testing or no rules, that's being taken out. And they're all starting to pull the garbage out, the poison dyes, all of it. They're going after aspartame. They're going after all the GMO stuff. I mean, this is a real revolution. RFK Jr. has been doing this for decade after decade after decade and targeting real environmental crises, cleaning up toxic waste spills, stuff that actually matters. So I'm going to say this right now. Kennedys are famous for their zest. I got my own zest, and I've never been, somebody that sits there and lies and says that I haven't, enjoyed.
I like that in this process, he's gotten progressively sweatier and sweatier. Like his boob sweat has gotten worse. Like, look at the video. In the beginning of the video, he's like, there's like a little bit of boob sweat, but he's just like, he's just getting more, he's getting more and more sweaty. You start seeing the pores. It's awesome. He's sweating because he's worried. The compromise is going to come out.
I got my own zest, and I've never been.
Compromise is going to come out, not compromise.
Enjoyed some females in my time, though I'm married and all the rest of it, and I'm a good guy. Currently, the point is that King David had his best friend killed because he was lusting after his wife, and then he repented to God over it, and God said, "You're a man of my own heart," because he really was upset about what he did and turned it around. So if you look at RFK Jr., I don't care if his wife's okay with it, if he's been with 20 chicks, okay, in the last couple of years, okay, as long as it's consensual. I don't care. I'm not saying it's morally the best thing. I personally have not done stuff like that, but you know.
Dude, what is this conversation? Oh my God. I don't care. He's a zesty guy. He's got a zest. He likes to fuck. RFK Jr., he likes to fuck. Me, I don't like to fuck.
When I was younger and stuff, I was wild. So, but I understand the mindset. And if you think the Kennedys, who are famous for their prowess and for their drive, what you also see in life, in other aspects, if you think that's the reason to have some big scandal, even if it's true, and to do all of this and then let them continue with the poison shots and the GMO and all the additives and stuff, it's bullshit. So I am not saying Candace shouldn't cover this and Ian shouldn't cover it, but man, I just listened to an hour plus of this stuff. And Ian's like, well, this isn't really just girl stuff, yeah, it is. I mean, this lady attacked Candace, sneaking around, take out his husband, take a shot, all that's bullshit. That stuff happens to be in my family all the time. I just ignore it. I don't even read it because it's always BS. And they're jealous of Candace because she's smart and funny and witty and just hilarious. All of it was great. I was just, so it was very entertaining. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, people ask why I don't get involved in all this stuff, and it's because I am really about policy, controlling the border, finding the hundreds of thousands of missing kids, getting the real Epstein files out that they've now gotten and are being distributed to all the FBI offices around the country. That's confirmed from my sources directly.
Yeah, his sources.
I really want to stop these people. I want to stop their whole system. And Trump and Elon and RFK Jr. are making.
I think he wants to fuck Candace Owens, by the way. Like, not even low key, but high key. Like, Candace, she's a dime piece. She's sexy. She's one strong woman. Powerful.
Making the cleanest, biggest move at that right now. And it's like when everybody's about to turn on Trump. When the Grab by the Pussy clip came out, it was just him joking around. And I just said, no. Trump.
Imagine being these guys, completely oblivious that one of the most famous conspiracy theorists is on your hike, only mere moments away, sweating, lactating like an animal, okay, in heat. Talking about how Candace Owens is one fine woman. Talking about how RFK Jr. is zesty, just like Alex Jones is zesty. Amazing. Oh, man.
He's never said he's some big fake, super Christian. He believes in God. He loves God. He's just joking around. And I went on air to all the mainline Christians and I said, don't turn your back on Trump. He's not a hypocrite. And they got that. And Roger Stone's on record that helped turn the tide of people just saying, drop this. Okay? Drop it. Drop it. Trump never said he wasn't a playboy. RFK Jr. is a freaking playboy, okay? And look at all the kids he's got. He loves kids. He loves life. Look at Elon, 15 kids. People are like, that's not very Christian. Folks, he wants more kids. He wants more people. The globalists want.
Dude, This is such a funny, God, modern conservatism is so funny to me because like they have to basically react to the changing attitudes in real time, and they have to somehow like massage a fucking South African billionaire who is using the goddamn federal government like a fucking fleshlight, but because he's the administration's guy, because he's a regime puppet, he has to make it seem like this dude who wants to literally chip people's brains, who has put satellites all around the fucking country or all around the planet, as a guy who's the most powerful guy on the planet, as a good guy. He has to sit there and be like, no, everything he's into is actually really good. Yeah, he's just, you know, he's a breeding fetish is not weird, actually, as a matter of fact. He's a Christian man. He's a good Christian man. Like, he's doing everything that Alex Jones has talked about his entire career. Okay? Elon Musk, in broad daylight, is fucking doing it. And on top of that, he has factories in China. He is not only aligned with the Saudis, but he also has factories in China. Like, an honest conspiracy theorist who is not trying to be a regime puppet would be going insane mode over Elon Musk. He is everything that these guys have claimed other billionaires have been doing in one person. They say Bill Gates wants to chip people in the brain. Elon Musk is actively trying to do it. They say billionaires are engaging in mass surveillance. Elon Musk bought a fucking social media platform. They say these billionaires are actually working with the Chi-Com. Elon Musk has factories in Shanghai. He is an amalgamation of all of the conspiracy theories that these guys claim every other billionaire is doing. It's kind of funny.
Less kids. So should it be in marriage? Is that better for kids overall? Yeah, but it's also better than being aborted.
He's also like openly a deadbeat dad, and they have to defend that position. He's too busy.
To have people that are pro-life just in general. So get your priorities straight. Get the beam out of your eyes before you get the speck out of RFK Jr.'s. And again, that's not a message to Ian Carroll or Candace. I'm saying just everybody in general. Fine, spend 10% of your time.
He's not even Jewish, though, so he's safe from the conspiracy. Neither is Bill Gates. Bill Gates is not Jewish either. You know?
Time on defending yourselves and all this speculation and all this crap about these nobody writers. And then let's spend 90% trying to stop the war in Ukraine that endangers the whole world. And 5%, 10% on Gaza. But meanwhile, the UN's murdering Africans in the Congo in the mass. The left is allied with the Palestinians. It doesn't mean I'm against them either. I'm just saying it's part of a dialectic to take all our time and all our energy. And that's why Israel got caught in the 50s and 60s all over Europe, Spain, and the Middle East, bombing synagogues and blaming it on outside groups to make Jews move to Israel. The more you attack Israel, the stronger it gets, because the cult that runs it manipulates and controls the white supremacists and all the groups that then come in, not all of them. So there's a bigger dialectic here, and there's good people in Israel too. Most of them hate Netanyahu over there. So it's very sophisticated, but I think most of this stuff about RFK is bullshit. If it's all true, I don't care as long as,
Alex Jones, who 24 hours after 9/11 famously once said, Israel did 9/11. This is all for Israel so we can go to war in Iraq or go to war in Afghanistan or go to war in the Middle East. This is what Israel wants. We have to go to war in Iran. Is now assuming the role of a liberal Zionist who's like, well, everybody hates Netanyahu, There's it's a dialectic. It's a dialectic. A lot of people don't like Benjamin Netanyahu either. Yeah, you know who loves Netanyahu? Donald Trump. That's your guy. Yeah, here's Alex Jones one day after 9/11.
Palestinians.
On 9/12/2001.
I don't support the Palestinians either. They're all hyped up and psychotic. But Israel's going to get us nuked, always backing them up like this. Israel calls the Palestinians goyim or cattle or dogs or subhuman. They keep them on concentration camps. I got video of them taking Palestinian women's tomatoes they grow and breaking their water containers and stealing. That's why you have this crap. And our children are going to die. We're going to get nuked because of this. Iran's got the nukes now. Syria. We're going to have nuclear war because Israel likes to go around bombing everybody. I'm sorry. It's just the facts. And Israel absolutely is beside itself with joy right now. They are talking about how they're going to blow everything up, how they're going to attack everybody, and guess who's going to get bombed because of it?
He didn't like Alex Jones used to hate George W. Bush. He used to fucking Obama broke his brain, for the record. Like, definitely. He was like a black man as president, not on my watch, okay? But like he would constantly shit on Bush. He was like Mr. Surveillance State. I think Sandy Hook also broke his brain a little bit, where he bit off more than he could chew.
I have been supportive of Israel for many years. When I found out what they do, shooting little Palestinian children in the genitalia and laughing, it's on video. Little 10-year-olds walk around throwing rocks at tanks. A guy sits off a half mile away and blows their testicles off. They call them goyim. They call them dogs. They call the Arabs cattle. And then the corrupt Arab governments that are in league with this government, it's really a sick Hegelian dialectic, order out of chaos, bringing the world.
He was equipped with a dialectic. He was equipped with it back then.
World crises, bringing them terrorism, so we'll accept a highly dictatorial police state regime. It's happening.
The dialectic. Classic scene with bass Alex Jones in the movie Waking Life. Yeah, he used to. I mean, this was like Alex Jones is a fascinating character. I mean, I've been a fan of Alex Jones for many, many years, as you guys know. It's not a secret. Okay. But yeah, he is the regime man. So now he has to, like, as the regime man, there's only so much he can say. Like, he can't step out of line. He doesn't want to sever the ties that he has with the Trump administration. So for him, this is all he's got. He'll just be like, yeah, Israel's bad, but I hate the Palestinians too. But also, a lot of people don't like Benjamin Netanyahu. Which is not enough for where the conspiratorial-minded right has gone to. They want constant, unlimited, like, Jews are responsible for everything shit. Which is why, here it is. Hold on.
Like yesterday I saw, and I click it, Alex Jones, won't stand up for our speech. And then I see in the video, I've made a deal with Elon. He's paying me. And what else was it? And my bankruptcy's fake. And none of this is real. And they're not trying to shut down InfoWars. And I won't stand up for these people. And one of them I know, there was two guys on the show. And the other one I've seen and know he's a fighter, MMA and stuff. I mean, I've seen all of his stuff, but don't really know much about him because usually, what he's saying, it just gets old. It's about Jews all day. And I'm just like, oh, more Jew stuff. Let me move on to the next thing. And it's just, but I'm supposed to know.
He's talking about Jake Shields. It's like, God, oh, move on. All you talk about is the Jews.
everything about these people. But I'll be sitting there all the time. You know, I'll be reading something and I'll be like, what does that mean? It'll say something. It's like, oh, I'm surprised Alex is on air on Saturday wearing his little hat. And I'll go, what? Little hat Saturday. Oh,
it is kind of funny, if not very dangerous, that the right wing is basically having this knife fight right now, where because they have all the power, they inevitably have to fight amongst themselves. And on the one hand, you got the Jewish cabal people that are like, everything is Jews. Everything is Jews. I stubbed my toe. It's the Jews. Okay. I had a lunch where my avocado toast wasn't salted. It's the Jews. And then you have the other side, which is like, yeah, we don't really like the Jews either, but we love Israel. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's the battle that's taking place right now.
Orthodox Jews don't work on Saturday and they wear little hats. And it's like, dude, you're obsessed with Jews. And look, talk about them all day.
Low-key, he's not wrong, though. Jake Shields is, as a matter of fact, obsessed with Jews. He is right about this.
They just say the word over and over again. It makes you have orgasms. But my point is that I'm not Jewish. And I'm an Anglo-Saxon Protestant. And I don't hate Jews or anything. I just like, dude, you're obsessed, man.